We want to bring in former Republican presidential candidate Herman Cain joining us this morning. And Herman, it is good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hello.
Got to get your reaction on the midterms, on the new Congress. But first, let's talk about these numbers. The economy looks good in the U.S. You had retail sales up 0.8% versus an estimate of 0.5%. But manufacturing is questionable with this Philly Fed number out. What's your take on the Trump economy right now?
My take is prosperity continues. Of course, we're going to have a few ups and downs, and we're going to have a few blips. And it's a good thing that we have a lot of people who are analyzing these macro trends. But the good news is it's all good. That's the good news. The jobless numbers are consistent with the trend we've been seeing for the last, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. So that is not new news. But what is good news are these retail sales numbers that you indicated that beat expectations a little bit. And the jobless numbers don't bother me. I believe this indicates that the fundamentals are sound relative to the stock market. Fundamentals are sound relative to businesses being optimistic. And consumers, let's not forget, they have a median income of over $60,000 for the first time in a long time. And they are going to spend some of that money. They may hold some of it back. But the fundamentals are sound, and these fluctuations, I think, indicate people who are in the short-term game rather than the long-term game.
Herman, James Freeman here, the Wall Street Journal. I'm wondering, given your background in restaurants and retailing, with a lot of these restaurants either pressured politically or due to the marketplace having to raise wages, what do you see happening here the next couple of years? Just really accelerated automation or robust hiring? Obviously hard to find workers right now.
You're going to see some more accelerated automation, as you've indicated, but you're also going to see some restaurant companies pay their employees more because they have more money to pay with. The fact that the retail sales did what it did, that means that people are going to eat out more. So if the businesses and the restaurateurs have more money, they are not unwilling to pay their workers more. So I think you're going to see a balanced combination of more automation as well as paying people more money in order to be able to keep your best employees.
Herman, I know there's a piece in the Washington Post that you feel strongly about. It's called Trump's Big 2020 Problem. The economy could be in recession. The article points out how many analysts are predicting slower growth and increased market volatility, and that will lead to a recession. What you're saying this morning, you're disagreeing with that because of the numbers that we're talking about today and over the last several months.
I have one word for that article.
Yeah.
Bull feathers. And that's what I can say on your show.
Bull feathers.
You figure out exactly what that means. Here's why that article is bogus. The fundamentals, if you look at everything and the trends over the last nearly 21 months that we've had this president, the fundamentals are good, are sound. They are getting stronger. The consumer has more confidence. Now, relative to the jobless scene, some people are getting better jobs. Some people are getting promoted in their jobs. And because the unemployment rate is as low as it is, which is a low, as you know, people they're getting promoted. Because if the businesses have the money to pay people more for a better job, greater productivity, they're going to do it. They don't need the government trying to tell them how to run their business. That's the fundamental difference between this administration, the Trump administration, and the previous administration. So I think predicting or trying to scare people and talking about a recession, that scare tactic is not going to work on the business community. Those are the ones that are going to determine that this prosperity continues.
Mr. Cain, good morning. The two biggest domestic policy issues that were, I think, the biggest factors in the midterm elections were health care and immigration. Do you see any sort of deal being done for DACA and the wall, or any sort of reforms, repeal and replace of Obamacare? I think that's a tall order with the Democrat Congress, but do you think that the president can get something done?
I think that the president has a chance to get something done, but I don't believe that the Democrats are sincere about getting something done. They had 8 years to get something done on DACA. They didn't do it. They had 8 years to get something done on immigration. They didn't do it. They just left that problem laying out there, and now they want the president to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Democrats' idea of compromise is do it our way. So I think that the president and the Republicans are going to run into some significant barriers in trying to work across the aisle. I'm glad they're optimistic. But just mark my word, the Democrats are going to dig in their heels, and they are not going to want to give in on those significant issues. They are big issues. This is why the president and the Republicans haven't been able to get anything done on those issues up to this point, because they are determined they don't want it any way other than their way. But I wish them well.
So, I mean, do you think anything gets done then in the new Congress in the next 2 years?
No.
Nothing
it's going to be, I'm sorry, Maria.
No, it's okay. I just want to know if the president's business-friendly agenda is going to be reversed or slowed, or nothing gets done, and that's good news.
The business-friendly agenda of this president that's already in place cannot be reversed, because the House can only legislate, but it has to go through the Senate.
Right.
They aren't going to be able to change the regulations that have already been rolled back.
Right.
They aren't going to be able to change the tax cuts that are already in place. And we are seeing the benefit of it, not only in businesses and the numbers that you just referred to, but there was an article in the Washington Examiner that you shared with me that said that in the last 12 months, 878,000 new millionaires have been created under this administration.
That's right.
That is great news. That is great, great news for the prosperity that we are enjoying, and I believe we're going to continue to enjoy it. Those millionaires didn't just fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
And trust me, you know, government trying to tell you how to build a brand new business or put together a new business plan, that didn't do it either.
Nah,
and yes, contrary to what President Obama said, they did do that. They built those businesses and they took the risk, and they are now reaping the rewards. There might be a few little things that they're able to get done, but the Democrats are going to try to posture it as if it's a big win for them and no win for the president. I don't think their tactics are going to change, regardless of the rhetoric.
Good number, guys. 878,000 new millionaires.
And this is a great prediction. I hope you're right that nothing will happen. That means no big infrastructure spending or big spending on anything else, one would hope, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. That could be a big policy mistake, just trying to look for something that they agree on and agreeing to some $1-2 trillion infrastructure package.
We need a big infrastructure package, but I don't normally make predictions. The president is going to be willing to compromise on infrastructure if he gets the wall.
Right.
But see, what the Democrats don't want to do is to make it appear as if President Trump helped to cause something big to happen.
Right.
That's their overriding strategy. And so that's why I am not optimistic. I'm normally very optimistic, but I'm not optimistic that they are going to want to work for a substantive solution to any of these big problems.
All right. We will leave it there, and we will continue to watch the bull feather story this morning, Herman. Nice new word there. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you,
Thanks so
Maria.
much. Herman Cain joining us there.